Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. And it is another miserable day. We're supposed to be summer, and you're down to 13 degrees according to the app on my phone. But it feels cold enough in my house to put my heating on. I'm loath to put my heating on in the winter, never mind the summer. But it is quite cold and my hands aren't very warm. And even last night, I had to put a pair of socks on while I was sitting in my living room, because if my feet are cold, the rest of me gets cold. But once my feet warm up, I'm okay. So I had to go and put a pair of socks on because my feet were freezing. Yes, typical English weather, isn't it? But anyway, we've had rain today. I was going to go out this morning and I thought I'll nip out in the back garden and take the weeds out of the rest of the pots on my patio while they were still dry, because I don't want to have to take them out after it's been raining, because it'll be a bit awkward. They'll be all wet, and because they were just right the other day when I was taking them out, when the lads were in my garden doing the garden. I was taking them out then, and it was just because the compost stuff that was in was dry and that, and it'll be wet now because it's been raining, hasn't it? And it's going to rain again. According to the app on my phone, we're going to get heavy rain between 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock, and it's nearly 2 o'clock now. So, but there was other things I wanted to do, but there's an old cold frame down my garden which I forgot to tell the lads to take away with the rubbish, but they're all going to take it away, so I'm going to have to go and sort out, because I don't know when they're coming, what day they're coming back, because they're still coming back for the girl next door, because they're still doing things for her, and they said they would shift it then when they took her rubbish away. So I'm going to have to go and sort out what I need out of it, because I have watering cans and other plant pots and things and that. I'll take them out. So I'm going to have to go. It stopped raining. It hasn't started again. So after I've done this video, I'm going to nip out and sort out what I want out of that thing in case they come earlier than what. They said the rain doesn't stop them, so there could be any time they'll be coming back. So anyway, enough of that rant. It's a rant about the weather, isn't it? I rant about everything these days. But I finished the yarn ball holder that I was doing for Emma, and I have that all packed up with the pouch ready to. I'm going to nip out to the post office as well. I'll be going in my car, I think, because I think it is going to rain, because it's looking like it's going to rain. But I usually wait until the last pickup from the post office is 4:15, so I wait till about 3:30, because the post comes late around here in case there's any parcels or anything for me from the postman. So I like to wait until to make sure, when he's been around, that I'm not going to miss him, in case I have any other orders for my knitting patterns as well, which I have one of those to post as well when I'm over there. But I forgotten, went and packed up Emma's bag before I made a video to show you, but I had taken some photographs because I put them up on Instagram, and it goes onto Facebook from Instagram. So I've put those pictures together to make a little video to show you Emma's yarn ball holder. So I'm going to stop this video and I'll start it again. So that was how Emma's yarn ball holder turned out. And as you can see, it's a double size, so you can put 2 balls in, And it's even better if you can wind your wool into cakes, which I showed a picture with the cakes, because you don't need to use those little loops that I put on the side because when you're using the ball, if you put the wool through the loops, it stops the ball from jumping out of the bag and rolling around. But if you have them in cakes, like mine here, I never use the little loop on mine because they're in cakes. I always do mine in cakes now. And you just pull the wool up like that. So you don't need to use the little loops. But I put the little loops on for everybody, even if they're using a cake, because they might want to use balls at some time or other. But anyway, that was how Emma's turned out, and it'll be on its way to her later on this afternoon. And I also have another slideshow for you. This has been slideshow number 11. I've had quite a few photos sent in by some of my talented subscribers. There's some lovely things, and some I pinched off Facebook as well. But I did have permission because most of them were off Jan, who's Urban Gypsy Crochet. So I have a look on, anybody who's on Facebook if they're putting pictures, but I will ask their permission before I take them off. So I have got Jan's permission. So there's quite a few, some lovely things that Jan crochets on there as well. And a few of my own, what I have been doing, I put those up as well. So I'm going to pause the video again and start it off with my next slideshow. So that's my latest slideshow, number 11. And we've got some lovely knitters and crocheters out there, you know. They all keep telling me how good mine is, but I think they need to give themselves some credit as well, because most of them are very good what they send in. But I've also I've finished my crochet for today. I'll not be doing any more crochet until tomorrow morning, because I do need my hands and my fingers are starting to, yeah, I do get a pain down my thumb and that when I do too much crochet. So after I finished Emma's, I could feel it starting. So I do have another yarn ball holder. Well, she calls it a cake holder, because she wants them. She's doing it like this, like the way I am, but she wants the hard base. I forget what the lady's name is. I'll have to look through my emails to check. I think I've done that pattern wrong. I'll have to look in my pattern book. I think I've done that wrong on that row. Yes, I'm purling all the way across like I do on some, and I should be doing the pattern. That's talking again, so we'll have to take that out. Turn it round it that way, it's easier to pull it out. I should be doing, on that wrong side row, I should be, no, it's the right side row, because the pattern's on the wrong side row. I'm getting myself a little mixed up here, like. I'm pulling those stitches out. Back to the start. Just that row, that one row. Good job, I know. A good job I can pull these stitches out quick. I'm pretty quick at what I do, and when I make a mistake. There, that's the stitches pulled out, ready to put it right. Yes, it was me thinking I was doing a purl, because the pattern is on the wrong side. What is classed as the wrong side on the purl side. So I just purled all the way across, but I should have been purling 3 and knitting 1. But anyway, like I'm saying, I have a cake holder for one lady, but she wants it with the one of the hard bases, the leather bases. So I'll be using the small one that I use for the small project bags for that one, but I'll start that one tomorrow. And then there's another lady also wants a phone case, and she wants it to hold the phone pouch, to hold the phone and her case, because she keeps her cards in. So I'm doing 1 or 2 more of those ones. I have to make them a little bit wider than the ones where you just put your phone in, because when you have your case, like my case, you can see there with the case on it, it makes it a little bit wider. So I have to make, I used to do about 3.5 inches. I need to do about 4.5 inches across to cover those extra pieces on the side. And then that same lady wants me to knit a cardigan for her, and she wants my basket stitch. It's on the floor, my pattern's on the floor. She wants that pattern, the basket stitch one. And I have a lot of people, because I give, you know, free PDFs out to people, and of course I sell patterns as well. But a lot of people think that I have a lot of adult patterns that I've knitted, because they say all the cardigans I've knitted myself. But I actually only have 4 adult patterns, and they're all, 3 of them are just one size. That's my size, what I knitted for myself. No, one of them's a larger one because I knitted for someone else, but I made the pattern out. And there is one. I'll show you the pattern, so anybody asking, you'll know. That one there is on sale on eBay and on Etsy. It's a PDF on Etsy and a pattern on Etsy, because this was one out of a magazine, a very old magazine, and it was dropping to bits what I had, so I made a PDF for it, and then I've been selling the patterns as well, because people seem to like it, and it's probably a vintage one now anyway. So that is the only adult one that is for sale on eBay and Etsy, and that one goes up to 32 to 40 inch. And anyone that gets it, sometimes it's like a midriff one. They make it longer. They've added long sleeves as well, because that's what I did with it. So that's the only one that's actually for sale on my shops. But I do have, this is a 40 inch. These are PDFs I give away free for anyone that wants them. I'd even send the paper pattern to anyone that wanted it, but they'd have to pay for the postage. And it is only a 40 inch, the 2x4, you can see it close up, the 2x4 basket stitch. But anyone could make that a 38 by using a smaller needle, because I've knitted with 4mm needles, but if you could knit it with either 350 or 375, you could make it a smaller size. Now that 40 inch on there will fit a 40 inch, because when I make the patterns, if someone is 40 inch, I make the pattern to actually measure 42, because you don't make cardigans like to fit your skin. You have a couple of inches ease. But I'm saying anyone could make that into a 38 if they used a smaller needle, or if they just knocked a few stitches off, you could make it even smaller again. But you would have to knock the stitches off in 4s to keep the pattern right, to follow the pattern inside. So that's one I have. And that one would measure 42 to 44. Probably 42 is more like it, but that's the raindrop pattern. And that's another PDF I give free. And like I'm saying, if anybody wants the pattern paper form, as long as they pay for the postage, and it would probably cost about £1, because you'd have to pay for the envelopes and the things that are put inside and the sheet of paper that are printed on. So anyone that wants these single patterns, it'll cost you £1 if you want the paper pattern. But that's the raindrop one. You could knit it on a smaller needle and it would come out probably about a 40 inch. I don't know if you can see it very well on the pattern very well. A close up on it. And then there's this one. This is a 40 inch garter and drop stitch button up cardigan. It's in double knitting again. Now that one was my size. I did for myself again. It's a 40 inch. But I knit that on with 4.5mm needles. You could knit that one with 4mm needles and it would probably come out to 38. And then if you wanted to knit with smaller needles again, with 350 or 375, would probably come out about the 36. But you would probably have to do a swatch with these before you started. So again, that's a free PDF or £1 if anybody wants me to send the pattern out to them. So that's just to let anyone know who keeps asking me for adult patterns. Those are the only ones I have. I intend to write more, but it does take quite some time, because the smaller ones, the children ones don't take very long to knit. But the larger adult ones, for the knit, the number of different sizes on the pattern, I just haven't got time to knit all those sizes because of the orders and that I get. But I will be doing a basket, the 2x4 basket stitch for one lady. It's Belinda that asked for that one. So I probably will be writing that one down to add to that 40 inch one, because depends what size she works out, because she hasn't actually told me what size, what by inch size chest I have to do for her yet. So that's just a little bit information, and that is all for today. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.